The average person encounters dozens of synthetic chemicals every day through food packaging, cosmetics, cleaning products, receipts, clothing, and household items. So many people, without realizing that some of these substances can interfere with their hormones, are around them every single day. According to a CNBC article by Cameron McNair, 76% of couples either want at least one child or already have one child. But almost 17% of that 76 is struggling to conceive or has had problems conceiving. So understanding factors that may affect hormone function is important for everyone, regardless of if or when you plan to have children. So my parents were one of these couples. It took them 3 years to be able to conceive and carry a baby to full term, which ended up being me. Environmental hormone disruptors are common in everyday life, and they can interfere with normal hormone signaling. They may influence fertility in both men and women, and it is important to be made aware of these threats even if pregnancy isn't in the picture of the child, because everything starts now. So today I'm going to talk about what endocrine disruptors are, major types linked to fertility, and where they are commonly found, and suggested alternatives to these endocrine disrupting products. So endocrine disrupting chemicals are environmental toxins and substances in the environment, and this is written in an article by Fertility Answers in 2020. The National Library of Medicine in 2025 states that these harmful substances, including endocrine disrupting chemicals, heavy metals, pesticides infiltrate the environment and the daily lives of people, which is posing a significant threat to fertility. So because exposure occurs through products that people use daily, many individuals are experiencing repeated and long-term contact with these chemicals. Unlike many other contaminants, these substances can accumulate in the body or the environment over time, increasing the opportunity for adverse biological effects, because these are considered forever chemicals, so a lot of them don't leave the body. So therefore they pose a very significant threat as to things that could leave the body easily. A key characteristic of EDCs, which is endocrine disrupting chemicals, is their ability to alter hormonal signaling, and this is written in an article called Nature in 2026. This article has multiple authors cited, so I'm not sure which one wrote this quote specifically. So the endocrine system is the body's network of glands and hormones that regulates many important substances, including growth, metabolism, mood, sexual development, and reproduction. So reproduction, of course, is the focus here. If your endocrine system is messed up, then there is obviously a greater chance of an adverse effect in being able to conceive and easy conception. So we just went over what endocrine disruptors are, and now we're going to talk about the toxins' impact on fertility and specifically what they're affecting. So these toxins can build up and cause changes in your body. So in an article or a website named Reproductive Facts in 2023, they state that they can affect fertility by changing a woman's hormones and menstrual cycle, by affecting sperm quality, or by causing changes in the development of a growing fetus. So to begin, the first thing I'm going to talk about is phtalates. They are high production chemicals, and the research suggests that exposure to these may be associated with decreased sperm quality, impaired ovarian function, and increased risk of infertility. And this is given by Fertility Answers in 2020. So increased exposure to these have also been associated with lower follicle counts and fewer mature oocytes in women, which is the egg once it matures, when it drops. But this is specifically for people undergoing IVF, and the National Library of Medicine is talking about this. So PFA chemicals, which PFAs are other chemicals that also interfere with a wide range of hormones, and the Nature article from 2026 is explaining this. So studies are finding growing evidence that PFAs or forever chemicals may reduce fertility, increase risk of preeclampsia, and contribute to preterm birth, and that's given by ASRM in 2026. And then the National Library of Medicine is saying that it is directly related to decreasing hormones. So we talked about the specific chemicals that affect fertility, and then now we're going to talk about where these chemicals are found and how to avoid them. So the phtalates are a group of chemicals commonly added to products to make plastics softer and more flexible to help fragrances last longer. They can be found in cosmetics, fragrances, sunscreen, laundry detergent, bar soap, conditioner, shampoo, lotions, and toothpaste. And this is in the British Columbia Medical Journal in 2020. So the suggestion here, written in a Harvard News article in 2022 by Karen Fielder, she suggests not to use any products on your skin or in your home, or yes, that don't use products that have any scent or color. She use unscented things. So products like cleaning supplies, detergent, dryer sheets, deodorant, face creams, or even car air purifiers. So PFAs is our second chemical, and they were created because they are extremely good at repelling water, oil, grease, stains, and heat. And these can be found in a lot of things. So they can be found in drinking water, nonstick cookware, food packaging, paints, personal care products, waterproof clothing, and stain-resistant things. So the common suggestion here is to use a water filter, reduce consumption of heavily packaged foods, so like takeout containers have a lot of this in them, and using stainless steel instead of nonstick cookware. So overall, these are the two most common endocrine disruptors that have been discovered to have a strong correlation with decreased fertility in couples. So that's where you can find them, and then what they're found in, how to avoid them. So in conclusion, environmental hormone disruptors are all around us. Their effects on fertility can accumulate over time. Understanding where these chemicals come from and how they affect the body empowers us to make small changes today that may have lasting benefits for our reproductive health tomorrow. We covered what an endocrine disruptor is, the impact that two important ones have on fertility, where they're found, and alternatives that professionals suggest using. So next time you spray perfume, heat up a leftover plastic container, or grab takeout on the way home, remember that some of the biggest threats to fertility aren't always obvious, and they may be hiding in products that we use every day. So while we can't eliminate environmental toxins, awareness is the first step towards making a choice to protect us and our families. Thank you.